Hey, now we're taking a stroll through another old neighborhood that I lived in Little Italy, which is Beaumont Avenue. So here's Miss Sushi Girl, and this street down here. I have a story about this street down here, people in this building, and other people that I knew, friends that lived here and in the other building. And I lived in the second building that way. So, well, there used to be. I don't think this was here that I remember. There used to be a Johnny pump here, which is a fire hydrant. And I remember right here. Oh, there it is. There it is. I knew there was one. So years ago, I was a kid and my mom, I was probably 12, 13. My mom used to leave me when taking care of my brothers, babysitting my three brothers. And so I snuck out. I wasn't supposed to go outside till she returned. I snuck out, and I was hanging out here when I snuck out with my brothers to let them go out because they were just like, they needed to get out. So when I let them out, they were playing in that Johnny pump, and I was across the street when there were these other bratty kids. Not that my brothers were bratty, and they were throwing stones at my brother as he was drinking out of the Johnny pump that was open. It was just pouring water, you know, gently down. It was a gentle pour where he was drinking out of it. And then when he looked up, his face was full of blood. The whole face, he had got cut right at the corner of his eye, you know. And so then I knew I was in trouble. So as soon as I heard my mother was coming up the stairs, I ran away. And I ran away down the street to the other side where I told you in the other video that Dodge High School was. And I was so scared of my mom. And then the whole neighborhood were like, you know, sending their daughters to where my hideout was, which is the schoolyard of Dodge High School. And see, this is the building I lived in. I think this is the second building down, and we lived on the second floor. And there used to be an old lady here live on this side where this window unit is. She was an old lady. She was an old maiden. She never was married, and she was very sick, and the kids used to bang on her door, and she would call out to me, Yvette, because I was the only one that would help clean her up. That's funny how Sushi's pulling into this building like if she was going in there. See? So I used to go help her out because she didn't have family. And then I was the only one of the bratty kids in the neighborhood that would stop. And right across the street there, you see where there's the gates there, those black gates right there. Those black gates, there was this man that lived in that building, and he was a drunk. He used to drink a lot. He fell right on those spikes. You see those spikes? Let me see if I can close up those spikes. Right on those spikes. So anyways, the spike went right through his leg. I remember that. And he just had to stay there until the ambulance came and picked him up. Okay, so now we're back to 187 Beaumont Avenue. That's where I had my slice of pizza. And I'm still looking for that coffee from my pops. So anyways, let's see what I'm gonna do. There's a hardware store there. Let me check that place out. So anyways, when I ran away, my friends came up and they said, your mom said that she's not gonna beat you up and she loves you very much, that you should come home. It was like almost nightfall, you know, it was like dark before I decided to come back home. And then this is like a movie, like the movie in the movies. I'm giving you a tour of the neighborhood as I talk to you about that story that happened in this neighborhood down there. So when we go to the other street down that way, and then to the left, that's where my hideout was, the schoolyard. Junior high school. There goes the sounds. All the sounds competing. Noise pollution in the Bronx, New York City. Boogie down, Bronx. Yes, that's what's up. Okay. See where you can scream and be crazy and nobody pays attention. Did you see anybody look back? No way. Nope. So anyways, okay, so then I finally got home, and when I came home, my friends accompanied me, and one was a schoolmate, and she came down with me up to the building. My mother was outside, and guess what? Everybody else was outside. It's like almost like a rancho, you know, like the Mexico where the ranch people, everybody's out, everybody knows business. They were all clapping their hands like a movie scene. That's the first time I had something like that happen in my life. I had another movie scene moment similar to that with the clapping later on in my life. That's another story. Boy, do I have stories. I think if I had to write a book, it would have to be a bunch of volumes because there's too many things to go through. Okay, so now this laundromat is here still. It was there since I was a kid. It's maybe not be the same. It didn't have that name, of course. That's a Spanish name. And this is new, probably. This building wasn't painted like that. Neither was this. But this building, the girls that I told you about that lived in that building lived in this building first when I lived in the other building down that way. So we all grew up here, you know, in different places, you know. So anyways, here I am approaching Crotona Avenue. And I still have to go to the bathroom. So anyways, it's gonna be a long ways home. It's a bus ride and a train ride back. And some walking. So there's the ices that are sold in the street. Those are really good. There's a coconut ices over there too. And you see that building, the brown one down that one. Let me zoom in. This building right, let me see, right there. Where my finger is. That's Dodge High School, if not a different name now. So, uh-oh, there's a loose pit there. I hope it doesn't come here. A stray dog, or it's with his owner loose. Yeah, I want to make sure it doesn't come this way. I don't trust any dogs. Yeah, it belongs to the guy. Yeah. Well, that was a very well-behaved dog. Loose dog. It was loose, but not on the loose. So, okay. So, let me walk back. I'm going to walk back to my neighborhood because I forgot to take a picture in front of the building. I was distracted. Okay, so that's all for this video. Okay, ciao. Crotona Avenue. I used to hang out down that way. Oh, you know the guys from Breaking? Yep, I grew up with them. I used to hang out with them. Like 2 of the guys, or 3, that lived down that way. Yep. We even got kicked out by his dad. There was a super from hanging out in the lobby of the building back in the 70s. Back in my old neighborhood, there goes the mailman. So, right at my building. So I'm gonna take a picture of Sushi right here in front of this building. No mail for me? ¿Qué pasó?